Hello and welcome back to Film whatever. Look, I got jury duty this week, so I just need something fun to review, and I had fun reviewing New York Minute last year, so, let's talk about Sleepover. No, not the 2020 Netflix film. This one was released in 2004. Sleepover was the first film teen star Alexa Vega starred in post her role as Carmen Cortez in the Spy Kids trilogy. She is not the only one you will recognize here, but we'll get to that later. Directed by Joe Nussbaum, who had only done one short film before this, but would later go on to direct Sydney White, Prom, and the DCOM Upside Down Magic. The writer was Elisa Bell, who before this did Vegas Vacation in some Lifetime movie directed by Bob Saget called Jitters. Reviews were not very good, receiving a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, and while not the embarrassing flop New York Minute was, it still didn't do that great, barely cracking the top 10. Granted, it did have competition from recent releases like Spider-Man 2, Anchorman, and The Notebook, but on the Saturday of its opening weekend, it made less than Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which had been out for over a month, and Shrek 2, which had been out for almost 2 months. Even The Terminal did better after 2 weeks, and in the end, it barely broke even on its production budget. So does this film capture the same magic New York Minute did, or any of those other tween girl movies I watched? Well, let's find out. This is Sleepover.
I can't believe you're moving. Where is Vancouver anyway? Do you know what happens to girls who start high school with no best friend, no guy, and low social standing?
Well, better acting than The Biggest Fan.
Vega plays Julie Corky, a 14-year-old who is about to lose one of her best friends, Hannah, played by Mika Borum, as she is moving the next day. Made even worse as this is the last day of middle school, and with no best friend in high school, it's gonna suck even more than it already does.
Trust me, girls, high school, a little better than middle school.
School ends, and of course they do that throwing all their papers around, which no one ever did. This is not a thing, and it's mean to the janitors. Pick it up, you little trash bags. Although apparently this guy didn't get the memo.
I thought we were done with junior high.
It's the summer reading list.
Mr. Corita, you need to get out more.
He also has to learn that you can't give students going to another school homework. But of course we need our alpha bitch and beta bitch for the movie, and our alpha bitch is Stacy Blake.
Which, my god, if that isn't the perfect name for an alpha bitch.
Played by Sarah Paxton. And the beta is Liz Daniels. And yes, that's Brie Larson in her second feature film.
My father's a lawyer.
Oh?
He can help you sue the diet pill company for non-performance.
Oh my god, the quartering is going to lose his shit if he ever sees this.
Feeling bad for Yancey, played by Callie Flynn Chowdhury, Julie invites her to her sleepover that night, since Stacy refused. Stacy is also dating a high schooler named Todd, and by high schooler they mean pushing 30. Seriously, this actor was about the age I am now, playing the love interest of 15-year-old Sarah Paxton. Yet he is not the worst character in the movie. That would be Russell Hayes, played by Evan Peters. Holy shit, we got Captain Marvel and Quicksilver in the same film. And my god, do I hate this character.
Picture me in a coma. I've got tubes in nasty places.
You were barely in a coma.
3 hours.
I'll put you back in a coma, you little brat.
How did Stacy get so popular anyways? We used to be best friends.
So, you used to be best friends with a character named Stacy, and then she became a bully. That sounds familiar.
Stacy, what are you doing?
So with Hannah moving, Julie is super afraid that when she gets to high school, she won't be able to sit in the super cool lunch spot next to the fountain, but instead next to the dumpsters.
Cool.
Or you could sit on the grass, or in the lunchroom. Does this school not have a lunchroom? Maybe shouldn't have spent all that money on a fountain. She also develops a crush on freshman skateboarder Steve Phillips, played by Sean Ferris. He was on one episode of Even Stevens, and that's all I know him from.
Steve is so plush.
Okay, I was in middle school in 2004. Plush was not a thing.
They go home to Julie's mom, played by Jane Lynch, who seems to think that her daughter is 4 instead of 14.
We are having a ladybug party. We've got ladybug cups, ladybug plates, and a ladybug piñata.
You may think that this is to show that Lynch's character is not ready for her daughter to grow up. Kinda, it comes up like one more time.
Julie's older brother Ren, looking shockingly like Daryl Sabera, but is actually played by Sam Huntington. He's also a complete loser.
That who was supposed to be at college setting a good example for his younger sister?
Hey, I graduated college and that didn't stop my little sister from dropping out and now she makes more than me. Nothing makes sense anymore.
He may not reach the heights of Garfield, but he has some good lines.
Can I borrow $5? Actually, I need 20. Can I borrow $50?
Go back to school! I am blooming! I need a lock on my door!
I'm sorry, what?
I am blooming!
Perfect family entertainment.
So after deep frying some Twinkies, we meet Julie's dad, played by Jeff Garlin, who you may remember as the captain from Up and Buttercup from the Toy Story movies. So we have Jane Lynch married to this guy. I refuse to believe that Jane Lynch would end up with Uncle Kelbo, who for some reason wants to install a new water filter. Julie's mom is going out for the night and the other girls arrive. Time for a montage. Why does this girl's voice sound familiar? Sky Sweetman. Okay, she did the Buzz on Maggie and Wayside themes, and that kick-ass cover of Part of Your World. Cool. By the way, who the fuck is this? Well, she's the final girl, Farrah, played by Scout Taylor Compton, aka Laurie Strode from the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. She's the fashion expert of the group because every single group of female friends needs a fashion expert. Meanwhile, Stacy is picked up by Todd, but he tells her they're skipping the dance. Instead, he takes her to a secluded place and, well...
Come here.
Stop it!
You promised when you graduated we would hook up.
She's 14, you're almost 30, and apparently we're held back 10 years.
This is legit uncomfortable to watch, but thankfully it doesn't end in rape. Buddy threatens to ruin her high school social standing and leaves her alone. Don't worry, she has other plans.
Yeah, 2 large pepperoni, 2 with pineapple barbecue, and 1 with anchovies. That is so rank. The dead little stinky fish.
You girls all deserve to go straight to hell.
Okay, thanks.
Wow, that was almost impossibly fast. No, actually, it's Officer Sherman Shiner, played by Steve Carell. And by officer, I mean security officer.
Got a call about excessive noise?
No, it was probably just the lady under us complaining about us walking because she doesn't understand what having upstairs neighbors means.
I can't wait to tell you guys that story at the end of the year.
Steve is pretty funny in this though, but as soon as he leaves, Stacy arrives and challenges the girls to a scavenger hunt.
How are you?
Yancey. I'm Yancey. We had PE together all year.
You're orange.
Nah, it would be too easy. I have to have some standards.
Oh my god, that's one of the most early 2000s screens I've ever seen. So the scavenger hunt between the two groups, Stacy and her friends and Julie with hers, involves 4 things. Dress up a mannequin at the Old Navy in the mall with their clothes, have some man from a dating site meet you at a club, get a security decal off a Patrol-A-Tech car, and a special one for Julie.
Borrow a pair of Steve Phillips boxer shorts?
Oh, come on, Julie. It's not like you weren't gonna do that anyway.
I am blooming!
But they agree to do it because if they win, then they get to eat at the fountain spot next year while the losers sit at the dumpsters. Again, there seems to be plenty of places to eat.
What do you want more than anything in this world?
Steve Phillips dick. Julie! But if Julie leaves the house, then she won't be able to go to Hawaii. Yeah, that's the stakes. So they bribe Ren to cover for them while they sneak out. Alright, that at least adds something different. With one parent home, that means there's an extra obstacle. So I gotta give them credit on that. After getting a date to meet them at the club, because getting an older man to meet you couldn't possibly end badly.
What does the blue ribbon mean?
Means he's been verified by the site. He's okay.
This is gonna end in a quadruple homicide, isn't it? And so the hunt begins. Why the hell did you leave out the window, you idiot? You came in through the front door. So Julie gets addressed, and after some unfunny shenanigans, the 4 leave the house, but oh noes!
Look at my dad. He is so oblivious.
Or maybe he's just dumb because he's a father character in a tween movie. Thankfully for them, Yancey has access to a car.
It's an electric car. It's made out of this really hard recycled stuff. Said I could use it for an emergency, which it kind of seems like this is.
I get mad, but I can't get mad at this character. She's adorable. It'd be like getting angry at a puppy. Because what other song are they gonna play?
Oh, and Russell and his friends break into Julie's place to crash her sleepover because that's not disturbing.
Cha-ching! I found bras!
Please get this boy in some kind of therapy before he ends up in prison.
But the boys help Ren fool their dad because thankfully they had 4 wigs on standby.
Looks like we're going on a scavenger hunt, men.
please get a restraining order before this kid does something stupid. Back with the girls, Yancy complains that she doesn't get any attention from boys because she's fat.
Yancy, would you rather eat celery or a brownie?
What is that, a trick question?
Exactly. So you'll just date guys who like brownies.
The fatties need to date each other. That's a solution. Stacy and Liz complete the first task with the mannequin, but our heroes show up, start dressing some themselves, and oh, come the hell on. Of course he's there. And he doesn't notice them despite them changing positions because this takes place in Stupid World. Well, he does eventually see them, but... You're a dumber cop than Kimberly Potter. Ren gets the pizza the girls ordered, and now they got about 6 pizzas that 4 girls could not possibly all eat. So now he has to eat it all, so it's not suspicious. Well, him and the dog do actually manage to eat them all. It goes about as well as you expect.
Both this and New York Minute had dogs farting. Is that something tween girls find funny?
Alright, the girls get to the club, as do the boys.
What are you doing here?
Stalking you? Well, they aren't allowed in, but they managed to sneak in with the music equipment. You know what, at least they didn't just lie and say they were the band. At least that's better than New York Minute in My Scene Goes Hollywood, I'll give them that. The bullies get their picture, and Julie sees their teacher, Mr. Kuroda.
Who wants to bet that he's her mystery date? Well, you don't have to because it so obviously is.
She manages to fool him by putting on sunglasses. Teacher of the year. Even if you can't tell she's your student, she's still clearly a teenager.
A sex on the beach. My fave.
Wait, is that a real drink?
After way too long, he realizes it's her. This poor man. This poor man. He got all dressed up in his ugly-ass brown suit and went out to find his date as one of his students. Well, she tells him that she wants the special spot, and since he never got to enjoy it when he was in high school, he decides to help her. Go away. Just go away, you fucking creep. But we do get one great thing. Yancy meets a fat boy who looks way too much like me when I was a teenager, and they kinda hit it off, and honestly, they're cute.
Why are you talking to me?
What do you mean?
Well, guys never talk to me. I mean, sometimes they ask me to hold a door for them, but that's about it.
Peter, I would never ask you to hold a door.
Again, fatties dating fatties.
Oh, and Mr. Kuroda gets a date after the girls fix him up a bit. I just got relationship advice from 2 teenage girls. I think this is a new low. But oh no, Julie's mom is there.
Oh shit. Talking mushrooms.
Well, they've managed to get out, but she drops her scarf.
What is that? I think it's my scarf.
Because there are no other scarves like that in the entire world. But she decides to call home. Thankfully, her phone has no reception, so Julie has time to get home. But oh no, the car is blocked. How will she get there in time?
Are you fucking serious?
Oh yeah, I totally believe that's her on that skateboard, which is why we never see her face except in extreme close-ups. Also, skateboarding is apparently one of her things, and yet it has not been brought up since now. Shenanigans with the dad happen. A lesbian marrying this guy. This movie really is female dating strategy's nightmare, isn't it? Julie managed to get home, but oh no, the thing that name I don't know they used to climb down is broken. How will they get it back up to her room?
SpongeBob.
Of course, what?
Oh right, that's just what they call Russell because, yeah, when I think this guy, I think SpongeBob? Whatever, she gets up there because of shenanigans with the sink and allows her to climb up with the ladder. But oh no, her dress gets stuck on a nail and oh for fuck's sake, she makes it in and manages to talk to her mom. You know, with all this time they're wasting, how have Stacy and Liz not won yet? Well, the girls make it to Steve's house needing to get a pair of his boxers.
Wait, why do I have to boost his boxers?
Are you kidding? The only reason this is even on the list is because of you.
Who the hell are you again?
I can't do this. Let's go home. We lose.
You are Julie. Great knees, powerful brain. You can do this.
Yeah, great knees. Oh man. Her eyes, her hair, her figure. No guy cares about those, but knees. Those turn the guys on.
What do you care anyway? You're moving.
Oh right, that's happening.
Stacy and Liz get a pair of boxers from his Jeep. How have you two not won already? But Julie breaks into his house, which they see and call the police. But oh no, he hasn't left for the dance yet, so she hides in his shower. The rest of the girls have their own hijinks with a car that involves crashing into Officer Shiner. Steve notices Julie in the yearbook as the girl he just saw on the skateboard. Hobbies, hot dogs?
I think she wants Steve's hot dog more than any she can actually eat.
But oh no, he's about to get in the shower, and that means he's gonna get naked. My god, I'm so wet and it's not just the shower. To be fair, he is fucking hot. But the girl's car hijinks get him to leave as Julie can take his boxers. But oh no, Shiner spots Julie but does not recognize her. The other girls manage to get the car away, but now they have to rescue her.
Hello? How are we going to salvage Julie?
Did you guys already panty raid Skater Boy Steve?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Julie got nabbed by Joe Patrol Tech. She needs a hero.
Okay, he just ejaculated.
Ren manages to cover for her while SpongeBob flattens her tires. Julie steals the sticker from the cop car, meaning they have everything and they speed off. This is all well and good, but you are in so much trouble. Like, you know he has your name and number now, right? The mean girls see them as they realize they're still in the game and all race for the dance. We then get the lamest car chase ever put to film, and they get there at the same time, meaning it's a tie.
There's still a half hour of this movie left.
So since the mean girls refuse to share the spot, they decide on a tiebreaker. Whoever gets the king or queen's crown wins.
Stacy, isn't that Todd's car?
That is his car. I thought you guys decided you were skipping the dance. Stacy.
Okay, I get why they're doing it, but it seems this movie's on their side against the character who was nearly raped. What the fuck?
But they're stopped by River from Firefly because they don't have a ticket. So Julie does this.
I know who you are. You're out here collecting tickets instead of being inside at the dance. You spend your weekends doing extra credit algebra. You play way too much Monopoly with your parents. And in 4 years, I will be you unless I get into that dance.
Oh my god, Julie, you're horrible!
You go. Get in there. Do it for all those who never could.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble, but it'd be worth it so this girl I've never met can have a slightly better high school experience than I did. I do like the soundtrack though.
If I can tell you one thing, then I tell you everything. I probably said that you've been on my mind.
Can Pop Punk please make a comeback?
Steve is too infatuated with Julie, the girl he barely knows and just saw on a skateboard, to dance with any girls. But his friend convinces him to, just in time for Julie to see him.
Oh, fuck off, movie. Just fuck straight the hell off.
But we don't have time for emotional heartbreak from our main character because Stacy is about to confront Todd for kissing another woman. Wait, I thought you broke up because he was rapey.
Who the hell are you? I'm his girlfriend.
Oh, really? Because I'm his girlfriend. Have been for 6 months?
Oh man, you're just all kinds of a dick, aren't you?
Cat fight!
And yet he's still not as bad as this guy.
Stacy's a prime goddess. If I had a girl like Stacy, I would worship her.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Princess doesn't hook up. Never has, never will.
Looks like someone isn't so different from us after all.
Okay, big fucking difference. This was written by a woman, right?
Stacy teams up with SpongeBob as we forget about the scavenger hunt for a bit and instead have a dance contest as Alistair plays. I don't remember them either, but the song is fun. Well, Steve finds the list and sees that it belongs to Julie.
Get Steve Phillips' boxer shorts. That's where my boxers went.
You still interested, dude?
Stacy and SpongeBob win the dance contest, pissing off Todd and his girlfriend. So yeah, this guy spent the whole movie pining for Julie, and now I guess him and Stacy are together.
You know, this doesn't mean that we're like boyfriend and girlfriend or anything.
Or not, but at least she's nicer, so I guess that means her and Julie may become friends again and they can share the fountain spot or something. But before that, Farrah, in one of the few points in the movie where she actually does something, tells Yancey that she was a replacement since Julie's mom only allowed her to invite 3 girls and Stacy said no.
Was the replacement?
I mean, no.
Weren't you supposed to be a fashion expert? Did that ever come up?
Alright, she sexied up Julie's dress and hair earlier, and that is literally the only other thing she did in this film, besides making Yancy sad. But at least she gets a special shout out from the band, as the guy she met earlier saw her and they have a dance. I am totally okay with this because in this house we stan Yancy.
Do you like brownies?
Are you kidding? Brownies are a very important food group.
Good for you.
Someone for everyone. Except me.
And these two. The other three go to get the crown and...
We're not giving the fountain spot to you dumpster frumsters.
I thought Stacy was nice now. Steve wins the Dance King, and hey, a black girl won queen. I didn't realize any existed in this universe. Of course, Steve picks Julie, they dance, he gives her the crown, meaning she wins.
This is all your fault. My fault? You were so sure we'd win. You gave away our spot.
Let us know how the dumpster tables are.
Wow, they got no mercy. Usually this ends with them becoming friends again. Honestly, it's kind of refreshing.
But before Julie and Steve can kiss, she gets a call that their mom is coming home, so she has to rush off. On the way, we see Officer Shiner again as he tries to get a vehicle to chase them, but it doesn't work.
Hi, Mom. Could you pick me up? I'm on the corner of Union and Grand.
And that's the last we see of him. You were necessary.
But oh no, how are they gonna get in? Well, thankfully Julie has an old treehouse with a rope, and Julie tries to climb across, but the fort starts to fall, allowing the other three entry, but Julie will have to find another way in.
This movie is weird.
But she manages to get in thanks to her dad distracting Mom.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Did you have fun at the club?
I did, but I missed you.
Again, the ladies of FDS would have a field day with this. They pretend to be asleep and it seems like they got away with it. The next morning, Ren reveals that he's going back to college.
Yeah, I mean, last night kind of got me to thinking, high school rocked, but it's time to leave it to sis.
Trust me, dude, college, way better than high school. Julie just straight up admits that leaving the house to her mom, but she doesn't mind because movie. She even gets her a new doorknob.
With a lock.
I am blooming!
I had to get it in one more time. Honestly, this scene is sweet, as it is part where Julie and Hannah say goodbye.
Tell me how the view is from the lunch spot.
Wherever we sit, that'll be the lunch spot.
You know, most of the time Vega's performance was really bad, but here, she's actually pretty good.
Don't forget.
This movie has not earned an emotional scene this good.
But there's still Steve, who comes over with the crown, and they finally share that kiss.
This would be sweet, except his actor, Sean Ferris, was about 21 when making this. Alexa Vega was about 15.
Oh, and yeah, Stacy and the others do have to sit at the dumpster.
No redemption for you, Stacy. Maybe next time you'll start dating the guy who spent this whole movie stalking someone. Wait, what? No, but it did cheer me up a bit.
For kids, it's mostly harmless fluff if you take out some of the more questionable moments like the attempted assault, stalking, and breaking in to watch someone get undressed. The acting is hit and miss, the characters are hit and miss, and while it does have a sort of fun adventure element to it, and some decent emotional parts near the end, there's too much filler and scenes and characters that have little purpose. Now, if you're an adult, get some friends over to riff it, and it can be pretty fun, if you have drinks. The weird adult jokes, the silly contrivances, and just a ton of that mid-2000s tween cheese can make it a blast. I don't think it's as good as New York Minute, and in terms of so bad it's good, both the biggest fan and Longshot were better at that. But if you can find this on streaming or something and you want something to mock while acknowledging some stuff it does well, give it a watch.
Well, that managed to kill a little bit. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
If you tell anyone about this, I will so injure you.